Hello, class 9 children. Good morning. Welcome back. I'm Yogesh sir, your English teacher, teaching you English paper 2 or English literature through online. If you remember, in our last online class, we have begun with the first act of the play The Merchant of Venice, written by William Shakespeare. We saw how did the play start. We are in Venice, and the two friends, Salarino and Salanio, right, did appear in the scene on a Venetian street. They meet Antonio, who is the merchant of Venice, after whom the play is named, and we saw Antonio's mood. He is melancholic, and he himself shares his mood with his two friends, Salarino and Salanio, stating that he is completely unknown about his own sadness, right? To which here Salarino and Salanio, they took out the possible reasons of Antonio's sadness. They say that it is because of Antonio's merchandise or business. Uh, he is not in his happy mood. Whereas you saw Antonio discarding this reason, and here uh, we saw the three friends trying to uh, discuss on this Antonio's sadness. However, we notice here that three more friends join in. Right? They are Bassanio, who is the best friend of Antonio, and Gracian and Lorenzo, right, come into the scene. And as the three drop in, we saw Salarino and Salanio trying to take leave from there, right, with the reason that they have some other work to do. Okay, now what happens when the three new friends have joined in the scene? So from here we have to continue. So let us now continue with the remaining portion of our Act 1, Scene 1 of our play The Merchant of Venice, written by William Shakespeare. So here we go. Enter Bassanio, Lorenzo, and Graciano. So the three friends, right, made an entry in the scene. Okay. Now see, all these three are friends to one another. Okay. Now Salarino, right, now greets on seeing Bassanio. Right. He greets, "Good morrow, my good lords." Right. So good morrow. Morrow here means morning. Good morning, my good lords. He greeted the three newly joined friends. And then Bassanio says, "Good Cygnus port." Right? Cygnus means gentleman, right? Nobleman, gentleman, right? So Bassanio greets back, "Good morning," right? "My dear friends." He also said, "My dear gentlemen, when shall we laugh?" And at once he posed a question, right? He said, "When shall we going to have a merry party?" Right? When are you going to sit for the party together? Right? He asked. Say when. So tell me the day and time so that we can get together and have a merry party together. He asks. "You grow exceeding strange. Must it be so?" Right? And Bassanio looks at Salarino and says, "You grow exceeding strange." That means you have become very, very strange like. Right? So is it necessary to be like this? He asked. Okay. Then Salarino says, "We'll make our lasers to attend our years." Right? So Salarino then answered, "So we'll make lasers. That means we'll find some extra time. We'll find some free time. Right? So that we can then sit together and speak to you. We'll have merrymaking then. We'll have, okay, some sort of feast organized." Right? Here, okay, Salarino said. Okay, so after saying this, Salarino and Salanio, right, they take leave. Exeunt. Right? Exeunt means they go away. They take leave. The two friends take leave. Okay. Now we have the remaining friends together here. Now Lorenzo speaks. Right? What did he say to Bassanio? "My lord Bassanio, since you have found Antonio, we too will leave you." Right? So what did he say? Lorenzo says to Bassanio, "My lord Bassanio, since you have found your best friend Antonio, right, So we two will also take leave. We two meaning Graciano and myself, Lorenzo says. So we are also taking leave. We'll also go, right? But at dinner time, I pray you have in mind where we must meet. But before going, let me just remind you, right? What he says. I request you, right, to remember. To remind you means to remember, right? Where are we going to meet together and have dinner, right? So please, okay, come to that place, right? At the okay, dinner time, so that we can okay, sit together and have dinner, right? Here, okay, Lauren just said. So here, dinner refers to the day's meal. We call it lunch here, right? So that's what Lauren just says, okay? Because the night meal here we call it dinner, right? And they call it supper, okay? So Lauren just says here that my Lord Bassanio. So since you have found your best friend Antonio here, right? So what is your work? Right? So Gratian and myself are also taking leave. But remember, right, where we have decided to take dinner together, right? So please, right, come to that spot, come to that place so that we can sit together and have dinner, right? Here Lorenzo says. Then Basani says, I'll not fail you. That means I'll not fail to come. I'll definitely come there. I'll definitely, okay, come to have dinner together, right? He said. And as Lorenzo and Graciano were about to take leave, right, suddenly Graciano looks at Antonio's face, right, and finds something, um, something okay, strange. So he asked, what he asked, you look not well, Signor Antonio. Signor means Mr. Right? So looking at okay, Antonio, he says, Mr. Antonio, right? You don't seem well. You don't look good, right? What is the matter with you? What happened to you? Are you sick? Right? Are you with some trouble? Right? He asks. You have too much respect upon the world. And he says, you are too much burdened with the worldly affairs. You look, right, that you are burdened with the worldly affairs, that you are troubled with the worldly affairs, right? So is there any problem? He asks. They lose it that do, buy it with much care. And he says, people, they refers to all people in common, right? So people lose, right, everything, right now. People lose everything, right, when they do not enjoy their full wealth, right? So people lose everything when they do not enjoy their full wealth, right? He told. That means, right, you are earning, right, handsome, okay, okay, earning, then why don't you use that handsome earning, right, in spending it, right, for your lively life, right? So if you are not able to use your wealthy wealth for your own purpose, what you have lived for that, right? That's what he had Graciano question Antonio. Okay, believe me, you are marvelously changed. And looking at Antonio says, believe me, trust me, right? You are changed so much, right? That's what Graciano said before going on looking, right? Antonio. So you understood what did okay Graciano say to Antonio? He said, right? Oh, Mr. Antonio, oh, Signor Antonio, right? Are you not well? Right? Are you having some problem? You look as if you are burdened with worldly affairs, right? And then he told people, right, lose everything when they do not enjoy their full wealth, right? If you're earning 100 rupees, say, right, so you need to spend 100 rupees so as to enjoy your life, right? That's what okay here Graciano meant. So Antonio is a merchant, right? He is a wealthy man, he is a rich man, right? So what he earns he should also enjoy for his own life. That is what he means, right? And said, okay, believe me, trust me, right? You look completely changed, you look changed so much, marvelously changed, he said. Okay, then Antonio said, I hold the world but as the world, Graciano. Right, now Antonio explains, right, my dear friend Graciano, right? I think of the world for what it is, right? What the world is, so world is, right? I don't think any contrary to what the world is. I don't think any opposite to what the world is. The world is, so world is, right? He told. A stage where every man must play a part, and mine a sad one. And he told, right, this world is a stage where every individual will have to play his role, right? Right? And right now, I'm playing the role of a sad man. Right? That's what okay Antonio says. So Antonio says that this whole world is a stage. Right? The God is the director. We all are the actors. Right? And being actors, right now, sometimes we are happy, we are sad. Right? So right now, right, I am playing the role of a sad man, Antonio said. Okay, now what did Grasana say? Grasana says, let me play the fool, right? And what did Grasana say? Grasana says, oh Antonio, if you are playing the role of a fool, a role of a sad man, then let me play the role of a fool then, right? Let me play the role of a joker, right? He says, okay, with mirth and laughter, let old wrinkles come, and let my liver rather hit with wine than my heart cool with mortifying groans. And then he says, with mirth and laughter, with mirth means joy, with joy and happiness and laughter, right? Let old wrinkles come, right? So let okay old wrinkles come as if okay I'm an old man, because as the man grows old, right, there are many changes in his figure, in his body, right? His skin will get okay wrinkled, there will be folds, right, in his skin. The skin will hang loose, right? The body will droop, the body will bend, right? Teeth will get lost, yes or no? Right, eyesight will be poor, right? Hair will start okay falling, right? It will okay start okay turning white, right? So many changes will occur in a man when a man grows, right, older and older, right? So Grashana says, let me play the role of a fool if you are playing the role of a sad man. Oh dear, okay, Antonio, right? And with joy and laughter, right? Uh, right? Wrinkles come. Let this rider go to my old age, right? Till the wrinkles do come on my face, and let my liver rather hit, and let my body get warm, right? With wine, okay, rather than my heart cools with painful cries. So it's better, right, that I drink wine, right? My body will be warm, then okay, I feel cool, isn't it? Right, with mortifying okay groans. That means with painful cries, right? So better than okay, right, uh, accepting the painful cries. Why not, right? You drink wine and then, right, make your body warm, right? That's what okay Grasana says. Why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster? And he told, right? So why should a man whose blood is warm, right, sit like grandsir, right? Grandsir is grandfather, right? Who's now who is dead and is uh, pure white statue, right? Made of alabaster is okay, claimed, right? So why should be okay mum like okay a photographed man or a portrait, right? So rather you need to enjoy your life, right? You need to crack jokes. You need to make others smile with your jokes. That's what, right, one should do. Here, okay, Gashana said, right? This is the best way to live your life. Sleep when he wakes and creep into the jaundice by PBS, by being PBS, right? So sleeps right now when he is working, right? And okay, catch jaundice due to, right, by okay being PBS. That means by being bad temper, right? So why should we okay invite, right, jaundice in us, right, by behaving ill to others, right, by being bad to others, right? It was the Elizabethan belief that the people who have were jealous, right, were okay filled with jealousy, they suffer with the jaundice, right? That was the belief of the Elizabethan time, right? So why should we okay invite such thing in us, right? Better is to live a life of joy, a life of mirth, and a life of, right, happiness, a life of laughter, right? You live happily, right? Let others also live happily with your jokes, right? That is what here Gracchino said. So I tell thee, what, Antonio? So I tell you, Antonio, I love you so much. I love thee, right? Since I'm a very dear friend of yours. As a friend of yours, I love you so much, he said. And it is my love that he speaks, and it is my love for you that he speaks from my heart, right? There are a sort of men. So there are some men, he says, whose visages, whose faces, visages means faces, right, do cream and mental like a standing pool, right? Do cream, that means covered, right? And mental means mind, like a standing pond, that means like a stagnant pond. There are some people, right, whose faces are covered, right, and their minds are like, right, constant okay pond, the immovable, right, water, right? That's what he says. And do a willful stillness entertain, and deliberately put on, right, the air of solemnity, right, the air of seriousness on the face. Okay, so they are artificial people who make their face look like they are okay very serious looking man. Okay, then see, with purpose to be dressed in an opinion of wisdom, gravity, profound, conceit, and says, look at that, and the intention of creating of reputation. Such people, okay, here make that face so as to give a reputation of seriousness before other people, right? They consider themselves, they show themselves they are the man of wisdom, they are the man of knowledge, right? They are the man of seriousness. Gravity means seriousness, right? And profound insight means, and they are the people of deep thought. They are the great thinkers, right? So some people possess like that, right? They show on their face that they are learned, they are very educated, they are very knowledgeable, right? They are very very serious, and they are very very, right, okay, deep thinkers, right? Some people act likewise, right, by the show of their face. Okay, then see, as would say, as if they would say, right, I am Sir Oracle, right? As if, okay, they would say that I am Sir Oracle, right? So I'm Sir Oracle. Sir Oracle refers to the foundation, okay, the foundation of wisdom, right? So it is a Greek, you can say, oracle, right? Who is believed that the voice of God, right, is spoken, right, in the voice of priest. Okay, so such people, okay, here do possess themselves that they are the people who are oracles, right? They are the ones, right, who has been sent to the earth, sent to the world by God, right? And they speak, right, the voice of God. Such, okay, projection they show. Okay, then see. And when I open my lips, and when I open my lips, open means open, when I do open my lips to say something, right, let no dog bark. That means others, okay, should keep silent, right? When I do, okay, speak, right? Such people are there in the world, right, who try themselves to monitor the other, right, by, okay, showing their serious face, right, serious facial countenance, right? Then see, oh my Antonio, so my dear friend Antonio, I do know of these. So I do know such people, such men, right? That therefore only are reputed wise, that they are known to be wise. There are some people who are known to be wise, right? For saying nothing, as long as, okay, they are silent, right? So they keep silent, they keep mum, right? As if to show that they are the wisest people. They don't say anything, right? Would almost damn those ears, right? Would almost curse, right? Like sin, right? Which hearing them would call their brothers fool, right? So on seeing others, they call their own brothers, own people foolish, right? They regard, okay, others people so foolish. Okay, so I'll tell thee more of this another time. So I'll tell you more about this next time, right? I'll tell, okay, clear, or I'll speak about this in our next meeting, right? But feast not, but do not, okay, look for popularity. Don't look for your popularity, right? Who is this melancholy bait? So making your sad face like this, right? He suggests Antonio not to, not to make his face so sad so as to gain popularity of others, right? Be normal, right? As you are, he told. For this good, full Gorgian, this opinion, and he says, for this small, worthless, you can say fish, he says, Gorgian is a small fish, worthless fish, right? This opinion, he said, and thereafter he breaks, right? He did not complete the rest of the sentence, right? He kept it up to there, and then says, come, good Lorenzo, right? He then, okay, called his friend Lorenzo. Now let us go. Okay, fare ye well a while, and he told goodbye, okay, for you now, just for a while, right? A while means for now, right? I say goodbye to you. Fare ye well means goodbye to you, right? I'll end my exhortation after dinner. So I'll end my good advice to you after we have taken dinner, he says. So we'll meet, okay, at the dinner time, right? Dinner time is the midday meal, right? The lunch we say here. So when we sit to have lunch together, then, okay, I'll tell you what my advice is, right? He says. Okay. Then Lorenzo says, well, we will leave you till till dinner time. So Lorenzo also affirmed and said, well, we are leaving, right, till dinner time, right? So we'll meet again, right, during the dinner time. I must be one of these same dumb wise men. So I must be one of these similar silent men. What, okay, just now Gratiano said. For Gratiano never lets me speak, right? Because, okay, Gratiano never allows me to speak, right? He doesn't, okay, let me to speak. He only speaks, right? So he doesn't give me a chance to speak, right? Here Lorenzo, a kind of complaint he places right before his friends, right? And Gratiano says, Well, keep me company but 2 years more. Right, now what did Graciano say to Lorenzo? He says, well, right, keep me company. That means keep me company, right, only for 2 years more. More means more. Right, you be with me, okay, just 2 years more. Right, then what will happen, you see? Thou shalt not know the sound of thine own tongue. So you shall not know, right, the sound of your own, right, voice. Right, he said. Okay, he was angry because Graciano complained that Lorenzo doesn't give a chance to Graciano to say something, right, or speak something, right? So Graciano says, well, okay, clear, Lorenzo, you just okay remain 2 years with me, right? Uh, you will right now. Graciano said to Lorenzo that you just give me the company. You remain with me for 2 years more. You will also forget your own. Voice to say something. You'll okay forget to speak something, right? That's what okay he said. Then Anthony says, farewell, goodbye. Right, I'll grow a talker for this year. That means I'll start speaking, right, after your advice. When we sit to have okay dinner together, right, and then okay clear, I'll share some of my okay clear advice okay to you both, right? He said, okay. Then Graciano says thanks, right, in faith. That means thanks, of course, thanks indeed, he says. Okay, for silence is only commendable in a neat's tongue dried. And he says, for silence is commendable. That means for silence is praiseworthy, right? In dried ox tongue, he said. Right? And saying this, the two friends go. Exeunt, Graciano, and Lorenzo. Both of them go away, they take leave. Right? Now only two friends remain. They are okay, Antonio and Bassanio. Right, the first two friends went, Salarino and Salanio. Next okay, two more friends went, right, Lorenzo and Graciano. And now, right, two friends are left there, who are Antonio and Bassanio. Okay, now Antonio says, is that anything now? Right, so Antonio then asks, so is there anything, right, did you can you understood, right, what did you understand, okay, anything what here Graciano said before he went, right, he asks, right, does it make any sense what he said, right, in a okay dried, right, in a niche dried, tongue dried, right, he okay asked Basani whether he understood anything what he said, right. Then what did Basani say? Basani says, Graciano speaks an infinite deal of nothing more than any man in all Venice. Right, now, what impression Bassanio has on Graciano? He said Graciano speaks a great deal of nonsense than any man. Okay, speaks in whole Venice. That means in entire Venice, if any man okay speaks the most nonsense of all, that is Graciano. Right, whatever Graciano says, right, is all stupid, all idiot. Right, nobody understands. Right, Basani says, his reasons are as of 2 grains of wheat hid in 2 bushels of calf. You shall seek all day, or you find them, and when you have them, they are not worth the search. Right, and he tells, right, whatever here Graciano speaks, he speaks in two meanings, just like right now, grain is covered with calf, right. Now if you want to take the grain, right, you have to okay separate the calf from it by heating it, right. Okay, so likewise is Graciano's, right, talks, right, and what he says, the whole day the man would be thinking, the listener would be thinking, right, he would be scratching his head, right, and when the day gets end, then he realized that, right, Graciano did not speak anything at all, right. That means okay, what Graciano okay said had no meaning at all. Such, right, is Graciano, Bassanio says. Okay, then Antony says, well, tell me now, what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell of me, right, to tell me of? Then Antony says, right now, Bassanio, right, now you tell me, who is that lady that you wanted to talk to me about, and you have also made a promise that you will say to me about her, right? So I guess, right, it is the time you must you can okay say now about her, right? That's what Antonio asked Bassanio. Okay, so Antonio asked Bassanio, changing the topic from okay Graciano's okay opinion. He now okay says, Bassanio, you were supposed to tell me about a lady, right, and you had made a promise even that you will speak about her, right? Now you can tell me about her. Graciano asks. Then Antonio asks. Then Bassanio says, it is not unknown to you, Antonio. So what did Bassanio say? Bassanio says, Antonio, She is not unknown to you. That means you know her, right? How much I have disabled mine estate. So how much I have spent my whole, right now, you can say fortune. I have okay spent my entire fortune just for her, right? Basani says, by something showing a more swelling pot than my friend means would grand continuance. And he says, okay, by something showing a more swelling pot. That means by something showing, right, my living more than what I have myself, right, than my moderate income would ever give me, that moderate income would ever take me, right? That means whatever income I have or had and have, right, I've spent everything on myself in order to project myself that I look good, so as to uh, make fall the lady, right, whom I'm talking about, right? Here Basani said, nor do I make mourn to be abridged for such a noble rate. And he says, nor do I know now make mourn. That means I'm not even complaining, right? To be abridged. Force, which is forced to give up, right? For from such a noble rate, from such lordly way of living. So I don't have any complaint the way how I'm living, right? Though I have very limited, I have finished okay, and almost okay entire okay, you can say property of mine, right? But still okay, I don't complain, right? Here okay, Basani said, right? Just for okay, my lordly way of living my life, okay. But my chief care is, but my main concern, most important thing that I want to share with you, Antonio, is to come fairly off. That means to come honorably out of this, right? From the great depths, from the heavy depths, right? Wherein my time something too prodigal, right? So in my time when I had, right, I was very extravagant. I was very spendthrift. Prodigal means spendthrift, right? Extravagant, who spends money lavishly without any careful thoughts, right? Hath left me gazed, so have today left me in debt, right? So when in time, right, I had plenty of all my resources, right, but I had been very extravagant in living my life, and today I'm living my life in debts, right? I have to ask, right, some money from him, I have to ask some money from the other. This is how I am living my life today. Bassanio says, okay, to you, Antonio, I owe the most. And to you, Antonio, my dearest friend, right, I okay owe the most. That means from you I have taken many more loans, right? He says, okay, in money and in love, right? Be it money or be it okay, love of a friend, I have taken the most from you, right? Basani says, and from your love, I have a warranty to unburden all my plots and purposes, how to get clear of all the debts I owe. And he says, okay, and from your love, as a friend, I have a warranty. That means I have a guarantee, I have an assurance, he says, to unfold all my plots, unfold all my plans and okay purposes and my schemes, right? How to free myself from the debts I owe, right? Here okay, Bassanio says, so Bassanio is okay trying to hint out something to Antonio, what is he wanting again, right? But he's unable to say that, right? He says, okay, now what did Antonio say? Antonio says, I pray you, good Bassanio, my dear okay best friend, right? Bassanio, I request you, right, let me know it, okay, so you share with me what is your problem today, right? So tell me everything of it, whatever you have, right? And if it stand as you yourself still do, and if your plan, right, is perfectly honorable as you are, if your plan is as honorable as you are, right, within the eye of honor be assured, right? And he says, you be certain, you be assured, right? My purse, my person, my extremest means lie all unlocked to your occasions. So he says, my purse, my money, right? My whole body, myself, right, Antonio, my all resources, right now, right, are all open for your needs, for your requirements. Right here, Antonio says. So look at here how much okay Antonio has love for his friend Bassanio. Right, he tells, right now, I pray you, Bassanio, right? So tell me what is your problem, right? So if your plannings, if your schemes are as perfectly as you are, as uh, you are, right, as honorable as you are, right, be very certain, be very assured, right? My whole money, right, I myself and all my resources, right now, are all open for your needs, right? Here okay Antonio said, that means I'm ready to give you anything whatever you wish for, right? Here Antonio said, Okay, now what did Bassanio say? Bassanio says, in my school days, now Bassanio went back to his childhood days and says that, right, when I was a child and a school going boy, or in the school days, right, he said, when I had lost one shaft, I shot his fellow of the self same tribe, the same way with more advice watch to find the other fourth, and by adventuring both, I oft found both. I urge this childhood proof, because what follows is pure innocence. I owe you much, and like a wilful youth, that which I owe is lost. But if you please to shoot another arrow, that self say, which you did shoot the first, I do not doubt, as I will watch the aim or find both, or bring your little later hazard back again, and thankfully rest after for the first. Right, now what did Bassanio say? Bassanio says, right, when I was a child and a school going boy, right, remember we used to play archery, right? Archery is a game which is played with bow and arrows, right? So Bassanio said, giving an example, right, when I was a school going boy, right, I used to play bow and arrow, right? So when I fixed one arrow into the bow, right, and shot it one direction, right, that arrow was lost, right? But doesn't matter. Okay, what I used to do, I used to take another arrow, right, fix it to the bow, right, and again shoot it to the same direction where I had shot the first one, right. Now in doing this, what would happen, right, either I used to get the first arrow on searching the second arrow, right, or I used to get both the arrows, right, followed. Now if, right, uh, this is okay done, right, he says what, the first arrow here Bassanio means the loan which he took from Antonio, okay, and the second arrow means second loan, the next loan. Now if you provide me the second loan, who knows, right, that you will get the first loan back, or sometimes it happens that you may get both the loans back, right. Here Bassanio indirectly told Antonio what he wants, right. So he told with the help of an example of his school days when he played uh, bow and arrows, right, that he shot one arrow in one direction, and if it was lost, he shot the second arrow in the same direction with the same velocity, with the same speed, right, and at the same place, right. And when searching the second arrow, there was a possibility of finding the first arrow, right, or both the arrows, okay, were found, right. So which here, okay, Bassanio, right, uh, right, symbolically told Antonio what is he wanting again, right. So in simple, he is wanting more loans, right. So if here Antonio gives Bassanio next loan, who knows, Bassanio will repay him the first loan, or he may repay both the loans to Antonio, right. That's what he said. Then Antonio says, you know me well, and herein spend but time to wind about my love with circumstance. And Antonio says, right, my dear Bassanio, you know me very well, I am your best friend, right, and herein spend but time, but you are simply wasting your time, right, in talking about, right, uh, the things right now, um, um, with your examples, right. So you are just trying to appeal my love, right, in a very complicated way, right. So why not be straight and ask me what is your want, here Anthony said, okay. And out of doubt you do me more wrong in making question of my uttermost. And he says, and undoubtedly, without any doubt, you do make me more wrong, right. You are giving me more wrongs. Why? You see, in doubting that I'll do everything, right, I can, right. So I'm here ready to do anything for you. So why you are leaving me the doubts in me that I won't be able to do anything for you, right. Uh, that's what here Anthony said, okay. And then see, uh, then if you had made waste of all I have, so if you would actually spend, right, then do but, okay, say to me what I should do, right. Now you tell me what, okay, exactly do you want, right, what you want me to do, right, be straight, okay. That in your knowledge may be done, that in your knowledge that I can do, that I am able to do, right. If you think that I am able to do, now speak to me, right, and I'm pressed onto it and I'm obliged to do it, I'm very happy to do it. If you say something, what is your want, right? Therefore, speak. Therefore, you tell me. What is that you want to tell me, right? Here, right? Antonio said. Okay, so um, don't be hesitant, right? Bassanio, straight okay away. Tell me what is your want. Here, okay, Antonio asks, and then Bassanio says, in Belmont is a lady richly left. Now he began to tell what he is wanting. Right? So Basani says, in Belmont there is a very rich lady living. Right? And she is fair and she is beautiful, very beautiful, and fairer than that word, and more beautiful than the word itself. Right? Is she? Right? Here Basani says, in Belmont there is a very rich lady living. Okay, she is not only rich but also very beautiful. More beautiful than the word beautiful itself. Right, he told. Of wondrous virtues, and she is also with multiple qualities. Wonderful virtues means multiple qualities. Okay, sometimes from her eyes, I did receive fair speechless messages, and when I did see her, right, she gave me the look of love. Right, her eyes spoke to me, full of messages that I could understand. Right, here again Basani said, right, and we already know what Shakespeare has written, right? That love is not originated in the heart of a person or in the mind of a person. It is originated in the eyes of a man, right? So the love begins in the eyes of the man and ends in the eyes. That's what okay Shakespeare has written. Okay, so here Basani said the same thing, right? So when this beautiful lady, this fair lady, right, saw me, right, I could read much messages from her eyes. Her eyes could tell me a lot, right, which I understood. Here, okay, Basani said, okay, her name is Portia. So, who is this, right, rich and beautiful lady living in Belmont? She is Portia, right? He said, nothing undervalued to Ketu's daughter, Brutus's Portia, and she is not less, right, than, right, Ketu's daughter, right, or Brutus's wife, whose name is also Portia. Right, so dear children, you have to understand okay this phrase because this phrase is taken from Julius Caesar, right, which is another play written by William Shakespeare, right? So in this play, right, Julius Caesar, there is right also a character named Portia, right? That Portia was the daughter of Marcus Cato, right, and she was the wife of Marcus Brutus, right? And in the play, right, Portia happens to be a very intelligent lady, beautiful and intelligent lady, right? Now that Portia is compared with Bassanio's Belmont's Portia, right? So here, okay, Bassani is telling, okay, that my Portia, who is living in Belmont, right, whom I like so much, okay, is not less than, right, Cato's daughter, right, Portia, or Brutus's wife, whose name is Portia, right? So I hope you understood. Okay, so that's what Bassani said, right, comparing two Portias of two different plays, Julius Caesar and the Merchant of Venice. Now see, nor is the wide world ignorant of her wealth, right? So the whole world is aware of her beauty. The whole world is aware of her worth, right? Okay, of her qualities, of Belmont's Portia's qualities. Right? The whole world is known. Now see, for the four winds blow in from every coast, renowned suitors, because right, different suitors, right, from different parts of the world, right, have come to Belmont. Right? Suitors are the ones who are wanting to see the beautiful and rich lady and is also wanting to get married with. Right? Okay, so there are so many suitors who have come from different parts of the world, right, to Belmont to see her, right, to see Portia and marry her. Okay, then see, and her sunny locks means beautiful hair, lock of hair that Portia has. Okay, hang on her temples, they hang on her forehead, right, just like the Chinese do have the hair cut, right, hanging on the forehead. Likewise, she has the hair. Okay, like a golden fleece, and her hair is just like the golden fleece. Now, golden fleece is a reference used again here, right? So, the golden fleece refers to the wool of a sheep, right? The wool of a sheep. And there was a famous hero called Jason. The name of the hero is Jason, right? Who, along with his friend, the Argonaut, right, went to Colchos, right? So Colchos, okay, was is on the east coast of Black Sea, right? So he went to Colchos, right, to get the golden fleece, However, right, the golden fleece, the wool of the sheep, right, was hung on the oak tree branch, right? But this tree was guarded by a dragon, right? A deadly creature, right? That means if you want to get that wool out, you have to first fight against this dragon, right? And there is no possibility of fighting against the dragon. The dragon will eat, right? Finish you, eat you, right? Kill you. Okay, but it was Jason, right? The hero, right? Who went to get this golden fleece, right? Okay, along with his friend the Argonaut, right? And he was helped by his wife Medea, right? And Jason successfully could get that right now wool after having fought against this dragon and killing it. Okay, so see, now Basani is okay comparing. Okay, the beautiful lock of hair of Portia is just like the wool of a sheep, the golden fleece, which makes the seat of Belmont, right? So which makes, right? Belmont is a home, right? Colchos, okay, stand just like the ancient, right? City, right? Named Colchos, right? And many Jasons come in quest of her, and many Jasons, right? Many heroes from all parts of the world, which I said suitors have come from different parts of the world, right? In search of her. To quest means to in search, to look, right? Belmont, Belmont, okay, Portia, just to have a look. Now you see, oh my Antonio, had I but the means, oh my dear friend Antonio, if I had the resource, right? Means resources, money, right? To hold a tribal place with one of them. So I could compete with one of those suitors. Rival means a competitor, right? I could be one of the competitors against these suitors who have come from different parts of the world to win Portia. Okay, I have a mind presages me Sasuke thrift. So I have a mind that foretells me, right? Foretell presages means foretell, that tells me in advance, right? Such okay thrift, such profitable success that I would be the winner, right? That I shall that I should okay question this be to be fortunate, that without any doubt I'll be the winner, right? Winner on what? I'll be the winner, right? To win Portia's hand, right? So Bassanio spoke his mind to Antonio, right? He said that there in Belmont there is a beautiful, right, and a very rich young lady whose name is Portia. Okay, she is exquisitely beautiful, right, and her worth is known worldwide, right, and those bachelors, right, who have known, right, about uh, Belmont's Portia, they have traveled far and wide to come to Belmont and see her and marry her, right, win her and marry her. Okay, but Bassani says that he could also stand a rival, he could stand a competitor against these all suitors, right, and possibly he may be a winner without any doubt, right? But what here Bassanio is lacking, right? What is that Bassanio doesn't have, right? He then says indirectly, right, to Antonio that he wants money, right? Right, so give me money, right, as loan, right, so that I can go to Belmont and see Portia and then win her, right? That is what Pisani says. Okay, now what did Antonio say? Antonio says, thou knows that all my fortunes are at sea. So he says, my dear okay friend Bassanio, you know that all my money is invested at sea, right? That means the entire money that I do have, I have spent it in my business, right? So I don't have, right, a single penny with me, right? Antonio said, right? So right now I'm empty pocket, right? I'm with the empty pocket. I don't have any money because all my money I've used in my business, right? I've sent my ships, right, to different countries so as to uh, bring the goods in Venice, right? He told, neither have I money, so I have no money, right? Nor commodity, so I don't have even okay something so that I can pawn it as security and in exchange okay get some money, and that money I can give you, right? Here okay Antonio says, so neither have I money now, nor have I any article, nor have I any goods, nor have I any commodity so that I can pawn it, right? And in return I get money, right? Here, okay, Anthony said the present problem that he has, okay, to his best friend Bassanio, and said to raise the present sum so that I can make that, okay, some the money, okay, that you want now. Present sum means the money which, okay, Bassanio is requiring, right? So you may not be knowing now how much money here Bassanio is asking, right? From Antonio, he is asking 3,000 ducats. 3,000 ducats. Ducats is the is the monetary unit of Venice, right? So it's written Ducats, right? But pronounce it ducats. Okay, so he wanted 3,000 ducats so as to go to Belmont, right? And then see Portia and then wean her and marry her, right? So this is his present sum. Okay, so Anthony says right now he has no money, he's penniless, right? Because his entire money is invested, right, in his business, right? And he doesn't have any valuable object so that he can pawn somewhere, right? So that he can mortgage somewhere and in return get money, and that money he can give it to, right, Bassanio as loan. Okay, therefore go for it, right? But Bassanio, you don't worry, right? You go ahead, right? Go for it means go ahead, right? Try what my credit can in Venice do, right? And in Venice I am well known, right, as a merchant, right? So in my okay name, right, you can try with any money lender, right, asking okay loan from them in my name, right? That shall be wrecked, that shall be stretched, right, even to the uttermost, that means even to the maximum limit, right? So ask right now that maximum limit of money, right, that will take you to Belmont, right? Do not ask excess, right, and do not even ask less, right, which will be not able to take you to Belmont. Okay, right? So you ask money from the Venetian market, meet any money lender, and in my name, right, as a guarantor, you ask money. Okay, then see, to furnish thee to Belmont, that means to provide you to go to Belmont. That much money you asked, right? You ask which will take you to Belmont, right? To fair of Portia, to your beautiful Portia, right? So don't ask too much, don't ask too less, right? Ask average amount, right? That would take you to Belmont to see beautiful Portia, right? Go presently inquire. So go at once. Presently means at once, immediately, right? Inquire in the Venetian market, right? So and so will I, and I'll also go with some work that I have to do, right? Where money is, and I no question make to have it of my trust or for my sake. So he says, right? So you go and ask, right, any of the money lenders in the Venetian market. I am also going, okay, to work my own, right? And I have no doubt that I will be able to borrow money, right? Either because of my business credit, right, or an account of any personal, you can say, surety, right? Because when my goods do come from abroad, right, I'll have my sufficient money so as to pay whatever loans you take from any of the money lenders. So it makes me no worry, right? So Antonio tried himself to find out a solution for Bassanio, right? Because Bassanio is in need of money. He needs more loan from okay Antonio, right? And so he asked Antonio to provide him some more loans, right? But Antonio has no money right now, right? Ready cash with him. Okay, so he suggested okay Bassanio to go to Venetian market, meet any money lender, and ask average amount of money that would take him to Belmont to see his beautiful, right, Portia and marry her, right? Okay, and this loan to the moneylender would be okay clear here repaid by Antonio, right, when he gets his profit, right, when he gets his goods, right, coming back from the abroad, right, and selling them okay in Venice, right, then he can repay those loans, right? So this is what, right, Act 1 Scene 1 comes to an end. So I hope children you understood what the scene was about, right? So we had introduced the two best friends, Antonio and Bassanio, and you see how much love Antonio has for his okay best friend Bassanio. He's ready to do anything for him, right? Yeah. So in the um, way of helping, you see what did he suggest his friend okay Bassanio to do, right? Okay. Now. Some questions I think okay I'll be providing to you to write them okay into your drama exercise note. That would be all extracts because in the question paper, right, you'll be asked extract questions. Some lines will be taken from any of the scenes, and on the basis of those lines some questions will be asked to you to answer, right? So try to understand, okay, first how the questions will be asked and what the answers would be written and how the answers would be written to the questions that are asked, right? So that will be some sort of example for you. So I'll be providing some notes, right? So today or tomorrow, so you'll be copying those notes in your exercise note, right? So hope you understood Act 1 Scene 1. Revise it, right, thoroughly, right, and prepare yourself to face any okay question, because any question is probable to be asked from any person in the scene, right? So take rest, right, and stay at home, be safe. Thank you so much.